Hello, everybody. I'm Tony T here from TonySwiss.com. It's time for an NHL rundown. Steve Duncan will join me as he gives picks out for the 13-game card here from the NHL. So let's bring him in right now. Steve Duncan, you'll find his premium plays over at TonySwiss.com. We'll get him in here, ready to roll here with this big card. Steve, how's it going?
Awesome, dude. Can't wait for this card tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Didn't do bad tonight, and I really like tomorrow's card, so let's get at it.
Let's get at it. 13-game card, afternoon and night action. So we'll get started here. 13-game card. We get started afternoon action here in the NHL as well. The Jets at the Hurricanes. We see the Carolina Hurricanes favorite here, $1.42, total 5.5.
Yeah, Peg is not used to playing afternoon games at all. So, and Carolina's been playing really well as late. I think Winnipeg's going to have a tough time in this spot. Carolina's coming off of a Eastern road trip, which they handled pretty well. They look like they're revving up for a good playoff run. Winnipeg's trying the best that they can, but they're in a weird spot. I really thought that if they lost that game against Dallas, they're in a little bit of trouble and I took Dallas in that game. I took Winnipeg in that game because Dallas had been on the road like crazy, and it looked like they weren't ready. Maybe they were looking ahead against this game in Carolina, but I don't know why they would be. They needed that game a lot, and if you can't win the game, I don't think you're going to take the skating legs away from Carolina in this game. So I'm going to take Carolina on the money line. It's a 5.5. I would lean the under, but I'm probably not going to bet it. I'll just take Carolina money line in this spot.
All right, Steve Duncan get his premium plays over at TonySpace.com. Likes Carolina money line in this one against the Winnipeg Jets. Note the start time, early start, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. All right, let's continue here on NHL Rundown. Every game on the board from our professional handicapper, Steve Duncan. Next up here, we go to the Panthers and Red Wings going head-to-head here. We see the Panthers road favorites, $1.48, total 6.5.
Yeah, I wish I didn't have to take the favorite here, but I really have to. Detroit losing to the Islanders after a big winning streak against a lot of teams that were kind of average, and then they went up against an Islanders team at home that they probably should win. I think their confidence could be shaken here going against a Florida team that is rolling right now, especially on the road. They are putting their stamp, everybody that they play right now, and I think they're going to put their stamp on this team as well. Not if you juiced, I don't like it in regulation. I'm just going to go on the money line here, but I think Detroit kind of feels sort of shaken after that Islanders win, and a Paul Maurice team loves to play teams like that. So I'll take Florida money line.
All right, Steve Duncan says take Florida money line -148 here against the Red Wings. You can get Steve's premium plays by clicking the link in the description and get signed up to his best plays of the day for the big Saturday card. All right, let's continue on here on NHL Rundown. Up next, we go to the Oilers and the Kraken. Out west here, we see the Oilers road favorites -155. Total sits here at 6.5.
Yeah, this is a weird spot for the Oilers. They did a good job against St. Louis. They travel out to Seattle to play one game, and then they got to come back and play Pittsburgh in a big Crosby versus McDavid game. I think they could flub this one. Seattle has been beating teams in bad spots on a regular basis. They just beat Pittsburgh, which wasn't really in a bad spot, but they beat the very team that the Oilers are looking ahead to here in this spot. I got a feeling that Seattle's going to take care of this one. I don't think the Oilers are going to be completely focused after having to travel to Seattle, which isn't that big of a road trip, but it's an annoying one. And Seattle's been taking care of teams lately, so I'm going to take Seattle money line. Take dog here against the Oilers.
All right, Steve Duncan, get his premium plays over at TonySpicks.com. Oilers Kraken. Steve likes the home underdog Seattle Kraken at plus the 130. All right, let's continue on here on NHL Rundown here. Next up, we've got the Wild at the Blues here with the Wild Minnesota laying $1.25 on the road. Total sits at 6.
Yeah, Minnesota just got their butt kicked against Nashville. I don't trust St. Louis to do anything right now. I think they're defeated. I think they know they're out. I don't see too much jump from them whatsoever. I think this is a get-right spot. It needs this game if they have any chance to all the playoffs. And so I'm going to take Minnesota. I'm also going to go on the over in this game. If it's 6, if you can get it on this game, I'll take the over because I think Minnesota's going to come and St. Louis is going to be chasing just because they also need this game as well. I just don't think they have the talent to keep up to the Minnesota legs, especially after getting Minnesota getting shellacked by Nashville the game before. I think you're looking at like a 5-2 Minnesota game here.
There we go. Steve Duncan likes Minnesota here, minus 125. Also on the over, looking at a high-scoring game here. The over the 6 goals here. Of course, you can find Steve's handicapper page. Click the link in the description and check out what he's got for sale for this weekend. All right, let's continue on here on the NHL Rundown. Next up, we've got the Avalanche and the Predators going head-to-head here at 6 Eastern Time with the Avalanche favored $1.35, total coming in at 6.5.
Again, I'm going to keep on rolling with the Predators. They've been doing me good. The Avalanche did come off of a win against Chicago. I think they're kind of feeling a little fat and sassy. I get a feeling that my feeling here is that a lot of teams don't realize how good this Nashville team is and how hard they're playing right now. And I think after the Avalanche taking care of Chicago, they're going to come into this game maybe thinking that they got another easy one here, and they don't. Nashville has been winning on their basis right now. They're rolling. They seem to be focused. They're hitting it at the right time. And I'm going to take Nashville money line against the Avalanche.
All right, that's Steve Duncan. Get his premium plays over at TonySpicks.com. Avalanche and Predators likes that home underdog Predators here at plus the 120. All right, let's continue on here on the NHL Rundown. Up next on this 13-game card, we move to the primetime hour now, 7 Eastern. Rangers at the Maple Leafs. Oh boy, this will be a showcase game. Maple Leafs laying $1.20, total 6.5.
Yeah, this is a showcase game. And I think Toronto's been kind of highlighting this game all the way through. The problem is, I think they're relaxed. They also tried to make a trade, and it didn't work out. And everybody on that team knows it. Where the Rangers have been have had a lot of rest. They could have had a look at a game Columbus, but they took care of Columbus. I think the Rangers are going to take care of it. It might be tight. It probably will be tight. I'm going to take the Rangers here against Toronto.
All right, we've got to play here from Steve Duncan. Find his premium plays over at TonySpicks.com. Rangers and Maple Leafs likes the road team here. Rangers at even money plus 100. All right, let's continue on here on the NHL Rundown. Up next, we've got here from the NHL. We're going to be looking here at the Senators and Flyers going head-to-head here with the Flyers favored at home, $1.30, total 6.5.
Yeah, Flyers coming off of a big loss against the Washington Capitals. Ottawa is, I think they've lost their confidence completely, and they're also on a back, I believe here. Yes, they just played against Arizona. Didn't have a good time of it. Philadelphia coming off a loss has been very good. Ottawa will be a little. I think Ottawa's a little suspect here as far as confidence. I'll take Philadelphia to give her a good go here against Ottawa. Philadelphia on the money line, and I would probably also look at and over here since Philadelphia is going to have their backup in, and Ottawa will have Forsberg, but I think Philadelphia is just going to have more grit. It's going to be a back and forth. I'll take Philadelphia and the over.
All right, Steve Duncan. Find his best plays, his best bets over at TonySpace.com. You'll find a link in the description. Flyers and Senators here on Saturday night. Likes the home team Flyers here at -130. Also over the total. All right, let's continue here on NHL Rundown. Up next, we'll get to the next game here on the board. We've got the Canadiens and the Lightning going head-to-head here. Big favorites here for the Lightning, -250, total 6.5.
I hate the price for the Lightning here. I really don't like the price here. I think I'm just going to stick to the over. I don't think either one of these teams have any defense. Montreal is going to come out flying. They have no reason not to. They can't shut down any team at all right now. And it's a big game. It's a big game for those young kids to be able to score against the Tampa Bay Lightning, who have won several cups the last couple of years. Tampa Bay has been really blah lately. But that being said, I think that they could open it up if Montreal sets the pace early. So I'm just going to take the over. I'm not sure I like the total at all. So I'll just take the over here.
The over here, Steve Duncan get his premium plays over at TonySpace.com. Canadiens and Lightning Steve says over the total of 6.5 goals. All right, let's continue on here on this 13-game card. Next up, we've got the Golden Knights and the Sabres. We've got Las Vegas. Vegas favored on the road, $1.22, total of 6.
Again, both of these teams are having struggles right now. Well, actually has been playing fairly well. They have nothing to lose. And same as that Montreal game that we just talked about, when teams have nothing to lose, they generally don't try to win narrow games. They just beat the Lightning, and they did keep them 2-0. However, Vegas has got too much speed. You might be able to do that to Tampa Bay, but I don't think you're doing that to Vegas. Vegas is going to be wanting to win one of these games on the road to get their morale up, and I think that they feel that they likely could do that against Buffalo. And if I had to pick a side, I would probably take Vegas here. But I think this is just going to be a fast-paced game all around. And I'll take the over again here with Buffalo and Vegas.
All right, Steve Duncan, get his best bets at Tony'sPicks.com. Golden Knights and Sabres. Steve prefers the over. Also, they're on the Golden Knights as well. The road favorites -122. All right, let's continue on here on our NHL rundown. Every game on the board tonight from the NHL. And we go to the Bruins and Islanders here with the Bruins favored on the road, -130, total 5.5.
Yeah, Boston really doesn't have all that much to play for right now. Islanders are coming off of a big win against the Detroit team that might have been feeling a little fat and sassy. And after 4 wins, I think Patrick Roy has got these guys dialed in, not too shabby right now. Boston, there's been rumors that they were going to trade their backup, and that could have them shaking a little bit in their boots, wondering where they're sitting at right now. There's also talk about trade of DeBrusk in Boston. I think that when you put that into place with a team that is in a playoff spot, they have a tendency to kind of feel down about themselves. Weirdly, I would take the Islanders on the money line here, but more than anything, I would go the over. Hopefully, we can pull out a 5.5. I would love the over at 5.5 again for the Islanders in Boston. All season long, the bookies have been putting Islanders on under spot, them under money, when really they're not. They don't have a very good defense. They generally play aggressive to win, and I could see this going over. I would even take it at a 6, but if we could get a 5.5, that would be beautiful. I'll take a slight lean to the Islanders and over 5.5.
All right, Bruins and Islanders here. Steve likes slightly on the Islanders, but likes the over 5.5 here as we film here. Many books have the 5.5, so look for it. Do your line shopping, get the best numbers. You can find Steve's best bets by clicking the link in the description here at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, let's continue on here on our NHL rundown for this big 13-game card on Saturday. We've got the Blue Jackets at the Blackhawks here. Blue Jackets favored on the road, -130, total coming in at 6.
I can't even back the Blue Jackets against the Blackhawks. They're playing 3 games in 4 nights, in a weird spot where they played at the Rangers, came home, played Carolina, and now they're going out to Chicago to play on the road. Chicago is thirsting for a win here, and I think if they feel like they can beat a team, they might be able to beat a team at home on a Saturday night where the Chicago stadium will be absolutely rocking. So I'm going to take Chicago. You might be, can you get plus money on that, or are they giving them on the under? I haven't even checked right now, but if you're getting plus money on it, especially, I would take Chicago here after butt kicked by Colorado, which I thought they might have had a chance at. I'm going to take Chicago here.
Yep, plus money on Chicago as we film here, +110 here on the Blackhawks side. Steve Duncan likes Chicago Blackhawks here at +110. Of course, you can find Steve's best bets. Click that link in the description and get signed up. All right, let's continue on here on our NHL rundown as we give you a pick from every game on this NHL board for Saturday. Next up, we've got the Sharks and the Stars here. Going to be a big line here. Stars -470, total coming in at 6.5.
I'm thinking Stars puck line. I'll leave it at that. San Jose is done. Done. There's no way that the Stars are losing this game. After pooping the bed a little bit. They won their last game, which was impressive. They've got a couple days now. I just don't see them losing this game at home. You would have to take it on the puck line. I'm not going to like the line. I know that for sure. But if I'm going to take anything here, I would take the Stars on the puck line, and I would probably take the over as well. I think they'll ruin them pretty good.
There you go. Steve Duncan get his best picks over at Tony'sPicks.com. Those premiums are up for sale for Saturday. Sharks and Stars. Steve likes in this one the over as well as the Stars on the puck line, laying the goal and a half against the San Jose Sharks. All right, let's continue on here on our NHL rundown. Here we finished up this card here tonight as we've got the Penguins at the Calgary Flames. Flames favored -125 with a total of 6.
Yeah, I just can't take Pittsburgh for anything right now. I'm not a big fan of Calgary either. This game will probably not reach my card at all, but if I had to take a lean on it, Pittsburgh has the Oilers the next night. They're probably going to go pretty hard here, as hard as Pittsburgh can possibly go. Calgary, there's a lot of rumors going around. They just lost Tana. I think their morale is a little low. If there was a game that Pittsburgh might win, this might be it. It's just the morale is a little low. However, more than anything here, I would take the under, especially if you can get that 6.5. Pittsburgh hasn't been able to score with a darn. With Calgary's morale being low, I could see this being a non-event, like, oh gosh, let's get this over with type game. So probably my best bet on this, and that might make my card. If I look at it, see the goaltenders for tomorrow, I may put it on my card for Pittsburgh under in this game.
All right, Steve Duncan, find his premium plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. Penguins and Flames to go under total of 6 goals. All right, that was our NHL rundown here for this big card here on Saturday, 13 games in. All right, Steve, we've got a big card here on Saturday. Let everybody know what you have going over at Tony'sPicks.com for Saturday's action.
Well, it's Saturday, so it's going to have a lot of college picks. I think we did not too bad at college basketball picks today. Also, I didn't put too much NBA in today because I like the card better tomorrow. Out of all these picks, there is a couple of picks that I'm really liking for the NHL tomorrow. I love this card. Come over, to my premium picks. You're probably going to be hitting like crazy tomorrow. Probably got 3 or 4 really, really good picks tomorrow. Get in, and thanks for listening, everybody. Awesome.
Excellent, guys. Get on board with Steve Duncan over at TonySpitz.com. Find the link in the description. Get signed up for his big premium pick card here for Saturday. Remember, use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save that 20% off. You'll find Steve's handicapper page by clicking the link in the description. Click the All Cappers tab. Go ahead and get signed up. All right, that's going to do it here for our NHL rundown. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow. We'll continue to do it here with Steve Duncan. Will join us with more plays. All right, Steve, have a great winning Saturday, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Take care, everybody.
Yeah, guys, Steve Duncan. I'm Tony T. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.